Unit 3 Speaking. I recommend watching all Unit 3 vocabulary videos before you continue. All of them. Today's speaking is related to crimes, and those videos are also related to crimes, and you will need the words you learned in those videos. 1. Warm up. What kinds of crime are common, happen a lot, where you live? Traffic violations are quite common, very common, like speeding and driving through a red light. For certain minor crimes, for particular minor crimes, not serious ones, people can be sentenced, can be punished by doing community service rather than, instead of, serve time in a prison. What do you think community service is? What is community service? These people are all criminals. They have broken the laws, and now they are doing community service. They are working for the community, for people, for free. No money, like cleaning the beaches or decorating the city or taking care of old people. This is what we call community service. Unpaid work that criminals sometimes do as a punishment instead of being sent to prison. 2. Focus on pictures. Talk in pairs. Look at the photographs and answer the questions below. You can use some of the words and expressions in the boxes. Student A, look at A1 and A2. Photographs A1 and A2 show different kinds of crimes. Here we have burglary, and here we have pickpocketing. Compare. When you compare, you say the similarities and the differences between the two photographs and say how you think either of these crimes could be prevented, could be stopped. How can we stop them? Student B, you will say which crime would be worse if it happened to you. Use these words. I think that is a more serious, is a worse crime because being burgled is worse than, not as bad as. Both kinds of crime, punishment is like when you send a criminal to jail or make him do community service. That is a punishment. Is more, less than. In my opinion, on the other hand, use this if you have an opinion that should be considered as well as previous opinions. Neither of these are. Victim. Victim is someone who was kidnapped or whose money was stolen or was killed. Break into is when you try to enter a house or a shop by breaking a window or a door to gain entrance. Burglar, this man is a burglar. Pickpocket, this man is a pickpocket. Wallet, safe, and lock. When you lock something, you fasten it with a key. Prison. Inmate. Inmate is a prisoner, someone who is sent to prison. Danger. Violent, aggressive, someone who uses force to deal with things. Prevention. Prevention is a noun. Prevent is a verb, which means stopping. Confined means doesn't have much space. Just like a prison cell, it is confined, it doesn't have much space. Freedom, the ability of doing anything you want. Good behavior, dealing with people and things around you nicely. Community service and reform. When you reform, you try to be a better person and have good behavior. Now, how do you think either of these crimes could be prevented? This is student A. Well, picture A1 shows a burglar breaking into a house, whereas while picture A2 shows a pickpocket stealing a wallet. In my opinion, it is easier to prevent a burglary. Always lock the door with keys before you leave and make sure that all windows are closed. Putting in a burglar alarm. Alarm is a device that makes a loud noise to warn people. Would give you added more security too. On the other hand, preventing a pickpocket is not easy, as it can happen to anyone. Yet, there are some do's and don'ts, things that you should do and things that you shouldn't do that can help. Firstly, always be careful when you are in a crowded place that is filled with people. Secondly, don't have your wallet in a place where it can be seen by other people. Keep it hidden inside your pocket. Student B, which one is worse if it happened to you? I think a burglary would be worse because it might involve part of burglary is violence, aggression, using force. I would be terrified, very scared, if a stranger broke into my house, especially because I would be in danger. Usually people are not aware, they don't know, they don't realize pickpockets until it's too late. However, it is still upsetting, annoying, because something valuable, worthy is stolen. B. Photographs B1 and B2 show different kinds of punishment. Compare the photographs and say which is a more effective form of punishment. Effective, it gives better results. Punishment 1, community service, or punishment 2, imprisonment. Student A, which of these forms of punishment would be harder to endure, to tolerate, and why? In picture B1, we see men doing community service because they have violated a law. They have broken a law. Probably a minor one, not serious one, such as driving through a red light or speeding. In picture B2, we see a prison cell. Cell is a room inside a prison, which is the conventional form, the common form of punishment, especially for serious crimes. In my opinion, community service is right, is better for first-time offenders. Offenders, people who violate a law, because it gives them the opportunity to reform, to be better people. However, I strongly believe that violent criminals who are a danger to society, danger to people around them, should be sent to prison. Which of these forms of punishment would be harder? In my opinion, the most difficult punishment to endure is imprisonment, being sent to prison, as you have to live in a confined place, very small room, away from your family and friends. Also, former prisoners, people who were sent to prison in the past. Former prisoners face difficulty finding a job. It is not easy to find a job if you were in prison in the past. Nobody wants to hire you. Now, further discussion. Discuss the following questions. You can use some of the words and expressions in the box. What do you think leads people, makes people commit crimes, do crimes, like shoplifting or pickpocketing? Is it poverty, having no money, or tempting? It is appealing, violate the law, danger to society, opposite effect, reverse the outcome, opportunity to change, fear, loss of freedom. This word is loss, it is a noun. The verb from loss is lose, when you no longer can do anything you want. Minor crimes, pay a fine, the amount of money you pay when you break or violate the law. Benefit the community and set an example, be an example to people. Okay, what do you think leads people to commit crimes? Well, people who commit these crimes might believe that they are easy to get away with, they will not be caught, they irresponsibly, carelessly, without thinking of what is right to do and what is wrong. They don't think of the consequences of the things that could happen because they committed these crimes if they get caught, arrested by the police. Is it better to punish? Punish is a verb, punishment is the noun. When you punish someone, you make him do community service, or you send him to jail, to prison, or try to reform a criminal. Which is better? Well, I think there should be balance. Balance means not too much of anything. You should have everything equally the same between the two. Punishment shows the criminal that he will suffer, will experience physical or mental pain, and sets an example for others. Reformation, the verb is reform, reformation, when you try to make people better, offers better chances of long-term benefit, the advantages that will happen in the future for the community. It depends on, it relies on the crime and the age of the offenders, of the criminal. In your opinion, what are the advantages of having somebody who committed a crime do community service? What are the advantages? Well, the community benefits from it. For example, painting a hospital, or doing the shopping for an old person, or cleaning the beaches as a form of punishment. By violating the law, a criminal is trying to achieve personal gain, benefit himself. This is what a criminal is trying to do, benefit himself. Community service means reversing the process, making the opposite effect. They have to offer something to others without benefiting themselves. Thank you for watching this video. If you like it, please share it with friends. I'll see you again next time, inshallah. Goodbye.